The marital infidelity hookup site Ashley Madison got hacked, and the personal information of some users were leaked, according to a report by security journalist Brian Krebs. The two sites owned by the same company, which is Avid Life Media, called Established Men and, I'm not making this up, Cougar Life, were also hacked. Graham Cluley is an independent security analyst and joins us now. Welcome to you, Graham.
Hi there. I'm kind of worried that you thought of me to come on and talk about this issue.
I saw Cougar Life and I thought, you know, Graham Cluley, we got to have him on the show. So what kind of data was leaked in this hack?
Well, it looks like not only information about the users, you know, including their names, their addresses and so forth, but also information about employees who work for these companies as well, and salary and bank account information. And potentially, of course, if the hackers have managed to own the organization this completely, maybe they've also got information about your sexual peccadillos and private messages you may have been sending to other people on the network as well. But I simply think the fact that you've been outed potentially as a member of this site, you know, might be damaging enough, mightn't it? Could lead to some awkward conversations at home.
So who do you think this team of people creating this hack are? Do we have any sense of who these people are? Somebody with an axe to grind, somebody who is trying to profit? Who are they?
It's interesting, isn't it? What's been claimed is that it's a group called the Impact Team. And they've posted some messages online, some of which have been archived by the wonderful Brian Krebs, who's always at the forefront of any sort of break-in story about this, like this about a data breach. And it does look a little bit personal. For instance, there are comments there saying, you know, it's too bad for any men who've been affected by this hack because they're cheating dirtbags anyway and they don't deserve any discretion. But there are also comments about members of staff. At one point, in fact, there's a call out to the guy who's in charge of security at the company, sort of saying, well, you know, you did a reasonable job here, but it wasn't quite good enough. And the suspicion is beginning to point towards, was there someone actually internally inside the organization, whether it was a contractor or maybe a disgruntled former employee who might have been involved in the hack? And I think it's too early to say for definite anything like that. But that appears to be where the CEO of Ashley Madison is actually pointing the finger of suspicion at the moment.
Well, it sounds like they're blaming the security apparatus or policies or something at the company. How much do we know about Avid Life Media's security? Do you think they were being responsible with the user data?
Well, I'm of the opinion that they haven't really been entirely responsible regarding this. They were making controversial headlines in the past. One of the reasons was that it's been always slightly difficult to delete your profile on this site. In fact, it was revealed on Ars Technica a year ago that if you wanted to delete your profile on the site, they would charge you in the region of about $20 to do so. But the standard option was you can hide your profile. So you don't actually delete any data from their servers, you can just hide it. And so if you ever wanted to rejoin the site, if your situation changed in the future, you could rejoin the site in the months and years ahead and pick up where you left off. Now, that's probably not such a great idea, is it? It's probably better, if you don't need a service, to permanently delete your account. And I've just seen Ashley Madison have released a press release saying, from now on, in light of the hack, you can now permanently delete your account for free. But to be honest, you know, that's closing the door after the horse has already bolted.
And you have to ask how permanent is that permanent deletion? The whole site, the whole concept is so kind of creepy. You have to kind of assume that best intentions are not being held here by anybody.
Yeah, I mean, there's been controversy in the past regarding the site with suggestions that maybe they've been creating fake profile of women in order to encourage more men to sign up. I have to say, I was very surprised when I first saw the headlines that they had 37 million members. That seemed like an awfully large number to me. But if you haven't been able to delete your profiles, maybe it makes a lot more sense. There may have been people who've temporarily created profiles, maybe simply out of curiosity as to what the site was, and then found, oh, crumbs, I can't get off this darn thing. And of course, people's situation changes over the years. This is a site which has been active for a long time, and so it will have collected a lot of information. And, you know, there's plenty of conspiracy theories about sites like this, aren't there? You know, it'd be an easy way, for instance, it'd be a perfect blackmail site. If you set up a site like this and told people, sign up, tell us what you're interested in, and then you could actually have this side business. Now, I'm not suggesting Ashley Madison was doing anything like that. But it's natural that people do find some of these details being kept online for so long kind of creepy.
And of course, it's a business that hackers can take over from Ashley Madison. They can basically steal all the stuff as they have done, and they could set up their own site and say, well, you know, we strongly oppose this £15 or $15 charge or whatever it is to delete your data, and we now have your data and we will delete it for the same charge.
They could do that, and there's other possibilities as well. We just saw, for instance, in recent weeks, the OPM hack, which affected millions and millions of federal Americans. And imagine if you took the data from a site which has been hacked, like Adult Friend Finder, which got hacked a few weeks ago, or Ashley Madison, and cross-referenced it with the OPM database. You potentially would find some high-profile or people in public positions who are members of this site who are potentially the subjects of blackmail. So there's plenty of ways of monetizing this kind of thing. It goes far beyond simply spamming people and sending them phishing emails. Now you have their email address and other details.